This video is sponsored by Skillshare. More on that later in the video.
Experiment time. Today I'm going to test if the size of your bread has an impact on open crumb. This is going to be interesting. Hi, I'm Sune and I'm a food geek. Today I'm going to make smaller and smaller bread and see if it has an impact on the open crumb texture of the bread. The rationale here is that the smaller the loaf is, the less weight is weighing the bread down, making open crumb more possible. This was suggested to me by a viewer, so if you have something that might be of general interest, leave a comment. I may do an experiment. Even if I don't respond to all comments, I do read every single comment. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. When I first started out here on YouTube, I had never recorded video, so I didn't really know how to get started. So I joined Skillshare as a member and found some great classes about how to record professional looking video. I also found this great class called How to Talk and Present to the Camera Like a Pro by fellow YouTuber Draw with Jazza that helped my presentation skills. I'm a lifelong learner and my creative output is my motivation. Since you watch my channel, I think that may describe you as well. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. And it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. The bread that we're using for this experiment today is made with 100% bread flour to maximize the open crumb. The hydration is 80% and the salt content is just about 2%. The inoculation is 20%, which usually gives me a fermentation time of about 4 to 4.5 hours when I put it in my proofer set to 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member at Patreon. You can also buy some merch or use the links in the description for tools and ingredients. Those were the words. This is the experiment.
First, I mixed all the ingredients for all 4 breads. Then I slap and folded the dough to get some gluten development. Then I put the dough in a bulking container and let it grow by 25%. Then I divided the dough into the different loaf sizes. The sizes were 200 grams, 350 grams, 500 grams, and 700 grams. And then I pre-shaped them all into light balls. And then they rested on the kitchen counter for 20 minutes. Then they were all shaped into batards. Oh my god, check out that tiny Banneton. Then they went into the fridge until the next morning. Then it was time to bake and I heated my oven. First I baked the 2 small loaves. There was room for both in my challenger. I scored them. And then I baked them. After 20 minutes, I removed the top of the challenger. And I baked for 25 minutes more. The other 2 breads were baked the exact same way. Well, now it's time to have a look at the crumb. Whoa, that's some huge holes. There are some holes here and there, but definitely less. kind of a mixed bag. Wow, pretty big holes too. At this point, I decided that if we were going to judge this, we'd have to see the entire crumb all the way down through each bread to make a proper assessment. Okay, so this one is super open, almost to the point of too much. This one looked pretty close before, but that was just that cross section. This one is very open too. Pretty crazy. Are you ready for my conclusion?
So I guess it doesn't really matter what size loaf you make, at least in the sizes that I tested. They all had a pretty open crumb, and when the loaf is very small, the holes almost got too big for the bread. The 700-gram loaf had a pretty wild crumb with some huge holes that were almost too big as well. It may have been a bit under-fermented, which usually gets these longer holes instead of round. It doesn't mean that the takeaway is any different. The size of your loaf does not impact how open the crumb is. I hope you learned something today. See you next time.